it. So I'm gluten-free, and I like to make sandwich bread instead of buy it because this tastes so much better and it lasts so much longer. I just like to make this bread, and then I cut it into slices and freeze it, and it stays for like a month or two, and it's really, really tasty. So first let me show you the ingredients I'm using. I have this Bob's Red Mill gluten-free all-purpose flour. I like this one a lot. And then I have xanthan gum, which you need so that the bread stays together. And then active dry yeast, only 1 packet of this. Salt. Here I have 3 eggs, some avocado oil, and a little bit of granulated sugar. Also, if you want to, instead of sugar, you can substitute that for honey. It'll just give it a slightly different taste. Okay, so first we're gonna get 3 cups of flour and into the bowl, and then with that 3 teaspoons of xanthan gum, sorry, I'm looking down at my recipe, and 3 tablespoons of sugar, and then just 1 packet of yeast, which is about 2 teaspoons. So now I have all my dry ingredients in the bowl here. This is 3 cups of my gluten-free flour, 3 teaspoons of xanthan gum, 3 tablespoons of granulated sugar, and then a packet of dry yeast, and then a pinch of salt. So now I'm gonna get this all mixed together evenly. Okay, so now I have a cup of warm water. The trick to this is to have it be warm and not too hot and not too cold, because if it's too cold, it won't activate the yeast. If it's too hot, it'll actually kill the yeast. So you want it to be just warm. So I have a cup of warm water, and I'm gonna slowly add it in and mix it with my handheld mixer. And you can add a half a cup more as needed. Something I just wanted to point out real quick is right now with 1 cup warm water, my bread dough looks like this, and you can add in a half a cup of warm water as needed. So I'm gonna do that, and then I'll show you kind of the texture of the dough once that's done. Now that my dough is like this texture, I'm going to add in 4 tablespoons of oil. I'm using avocado oil. So let me do that now. Okay, so now I have my 3 eggs here, and I'm gonna add them in 1 at a time. Don't be scared to get your hands a little bit dirty. It's okay. You can still use your handheld mixer if you want, but it just climbs up the mixer as you saw in the last clip, so it's okay. So I'm gonna get these 3 eggs added in. Okay, so now my dough is like this sort of texture. So I am going to cover it with plastic wrap and let it rise for an hour, and then I'll update you guys then. So the bread has been rising for the past hour, and it did get bigger. See how it's bouncy? And it's still kind of that like sticky texture. So now I am going to I'm gonna line this bread pan with parchment paper. This is just a 9 by 5 inch loaf pan. I'm gonna line it with some parchment paper, and then we're gonna cover it back up, and it's gonna rise for an additional 45 minutes. My bread is in the pan, and now I'm just gonna use a spoon to kind of smooth it out and cover it with plastic wrap so it can rise for an additional 45 minutes. I use the parchment paper because this way the bread doesn't stick to the pan and it just pulls out nicely. Okay, it's covered with plastic wrap, all smoothed out, and we're gonna let it rise for about 45 minutes. While it rises towards the end, you're gonna preheat the oven to 350. I'm gonna uncover this with the plastic wrap and put it in the oven for like 40 minutes.